Everyone, I'm just doing a video today on how to clean a Savage Access. This is my Savage Access right here. First and foremost, just want to say, when you pick up a firearm, always assume it's loaded. So always do your check to see if it's loaded or not. Always assume it's loaded. Do your checks and make sure it's not loaded. So cycle your bolt, right? Make sure you check your barrels. Everything's clear. That way there's no accidental fire. Always assume it's loaded and do your verifications and prove it's safe, okay? All right, so now let's get down to business here. We're going to talk about how to clean Savage Access, okay? So first off, we have to remove the bolt. So how you remove the bolt is put your bolt up and back. And then here, you see this lever right here? Press down on that and pull the trigger at the same time. And it slides out from the back. Then you have your bolt. Okay? So once you have your bolt out, I like to use a bore snake for the initial cleanings. And then I like to clean it up with a rod and a swab. Today I'm using G96 solvent. It's a nitro solvent, okay? And that's what we're going to use. So first off, and we are going to spray the bolt. Let that set in there for a bit. Okay, now we take this and down the barrel we spray a bit too. Okay, that's what you do. Flip it up and then you get your lace and you thread it through. So you thread it through, pull, pull, there, okay, and here, pull back out on the other side, right here. And then you pull back out over here. And there you go. That's one pass. Okay. And then I'll do a cleaner pass with a swab. So I spray that, swab, spray it. Spray the swab. Put it in, right here. So spray the swab, put it in the barrel, push it in. Pull it back out. Push it in. Pull it back out. See how dirty that is? So we need to do another one. It's very dirty. So we're going to do another one. Okay. So you fold them. I use about two of these swabs. I fold them, thread it through. Okay, spray it. All right, put it in, push another one through. Still really dirty, right? So we're gonna have to do another one. Thread it through. Spray again. Pull it through. Push it and pull. There we go. Do it a couple times. All right. It's getting better. Probably one more. Push it through. And there you go. That's what you want. There's a little bit there, but that's pretty much clean. Okay? Now, we are going to take our bolt. Okay? I didn't have any rags, but I had baby wipes, so I improvised. Okay? Alright. So, remember I sprayed the solvent on already, so now I'm wiping this off. Get in there where the firing pin is. You know, you could use a toothbrush too if you want to scrub it a little bit, but this is not too bad, so I'm just going to use a cloth. Okay, so there you go. Nice and clean. There you go. Nice and clean. So, now we need to lubricate. So, I just lubricate on the bolt, because that's where all the action is. You don't want it having friction or anything. And I just put a little bit, just very little. You don't have to smother the thing, right? And then with a rag, I just kind of lightly spread it around. You don't want too much because it'll collect like a lot of dirt and dust on it. You just want enough that it slides and it moves like butter in there. You know what I mean? So, you know, just enough to keep it nice and lubricated, and but not too much where it's collecting dirt and dust and, you know, it's causing things to seize up on you. So there you go. Now, when you put this back in, there's a wing nut on the top of this bolt. You see one is longer and one is shorter. So when you put this in, you want this on your right side, the shorter one, where the ejection port is, okay? And then the longer one on your left. Because if this flips over, you're going to have feeding problems. So a lot of people think their gun's a piece of crap or doesn't work properly. It's because their wing nut on their firing bolt is facing the wrong way. See? One is shorter than the other. So when it collects the cartridge in the out of the magazine, this one's shorter. It's able to pick it up and eject it more easily because it's shorter on this side. This one's too long, so that's why you have feed problems if you have it facing the wrong way. So remember, the longer side's on the left, the shorter side is on the right when you put it in. Okay? All right. So now, it's the same as when you took it out, right? As when you put it in. So, now, just going to clean up a little bit in here before I put this in. Okay. All right. Let's push it in with the rod, the rag in the back here. So now that's all clean. Okay. We're going to put this back in. All right. So remember, short side is on the right, long side on the left. Now, you put it in here like that. Okay. Now, remember, the same way you took out, you got to put back in. So suppress this, pull the trigger, it slides back in. Okay. All right. So see this bolt here? Cycle it a couple times. See how it feels. If it's like smooth and controlled, that's what you want. So that's good. Nice and smooth. All right. And that's how you clean Savage Axis.